Trump has something that almost nobody in MAGA can replicate, which is he has a sort of charisma wherein he sounds authentic while saying completely inauthentic things. And we do a lot of criticism of Trump on this show, but the truth is that he has developed a sort of charisma that has been effective politically. And I don't think any of the heir apparents to the MAGA throne have that charisma. For example, J.D. Vance is one of the possible replacements for Trump going forward in MAGA. And J.D. Vance, in a sense, has studied Trump very much. But when J.D. Vance tries to be jokey or charismatic, it just falls very flat. Here is J.D. trying his aw shucks routine, talking about his mama and papa, and it just doesn't work.
It is not the Democratic Party that my mama and papa belong to.
It is not the Democratic Party that my mama and papa belong to. This whole aw shucks thing that JD does seems completely inauthentic. And in fact, the more we learn about JD Vance's upbringing, the more we realize it is completely inauthentic. Trump appears to be more authentic, and it is a form of charisma that has worked really well to pull people into the movement who maybe weren't even voting before. Now, part of Trump's charisma comes from violating some of the established communication protocols. Trump will ramble, he'll exaggerate, he'll insult people, he'll repeat himself, he'll go off script, he'll say disgusting and vile things. And it is the type of thing that comes off as authentic, and it's a form of charisma that people tend to like. Supporters read it as honesty, even when it's completely false. I am against abortion. No, you're not, dude. You were 68 when you changed your mind about abortion. I'm very religious. No, you're not. You were 68 when you became religious. Give me a break. But Trump discovered something psychologically powerful, which we talked about at the top of the show, which is that if you sound confident, it can come off as a form of authenticity. And it doesn't even matter if what you're saying is nonsense. Hegseth is another one, less considered an heir to the MAGA throne, but still the type of person that is in the orbit. And here he is doing a Trump impression, and he seems so stiff. It's all so forced. He has a lot of the same wacky MAGA ideas, but Hegseth doesn't have this sort of charisma that Donald Trump has.
When he first offered me this job, he said, "Pete, you're going to have to be tough as shit." Sorry. He did. You ready?
It's not going to cut it, Pete. I'm so sorry. It's just not going to cut it. And so the MAGA movement is sort of learning a lesson, which is you can copy Trump's words verbatim. You can copy his hand gestures. You can mimic the populist rhetoric, which is, of course, fake populism. You can try his cadence. You can try his form of speech. But he can't transfer this very strange but effective form of charisma to you. He just can't do it. And this is why one of the things we've been talking about a lot, I talked about it with Tim Miller from The Bulwark and so many other people, Mike Nellis and others, is that there is a good chance, it's not a guarantee, but there's a good chance that when Trump is finally gone, on that fateful day when Trump is finally gone, a lot of these MAGAs just go back to not even paying attention to politics, and it will take a new charismatic figure. I don't think it's going to be JD. I don't think it's going to be Pete. I don't think it's going to be Marco Rubio. It'll take someone new to try to bring them back in. Now, but here's just a bonus. Here's JD Vance saying that Trump's slush fund of $1.7 billion. JD Vance talking about how fraud by the government is bad, but not addressing Trump's theft of $1.7 billion.
When somebody steals $1.4 billion from the Medicaid program, that is theft from you, and that's theft from people who deserve to be able to go see a doctor. When people steal billions of dollars from the Medicare program, that is theft from you, and it's also theft from the people who use the Medicare program to pay their bills.
All of that theft is really bad. But by the way, taking $1.776 billion of taxpayer money and giving it to Trump and his 5 designated board members for a slush fund, to people like the rioters from January 6th, that's not fraud. That's very cool. We've got a phenomenal bonus show for you today. We'll talk OpenAI. Kamala comes out swinging. Trump's corrupt stock trades we'll delve more into. All of it and more. Get a membership, folks. Sign up at joinpakman.com. I'll see you on the bonus show. Appreciate you watching. Stick around for this next video, and don't forget to hit subscribe so you actually see our uploads. You can also catch the full podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.